Peace. Hello, hello all. Hello, everybody. Crazy Steve here again. I want to talk to you today about the poem that is behind the song "Holy Ground." I'm gonna skip Tentacion for now, because of course the song itself says it. I'm not gonna read that poem right now, but I do want to go into Holy Ground a little bit. So, in a previous video, I spoke about sacred, how deals with the molestation report from a relative, a distant relative, right? That boy was me. In this poem, it kind of solidifies that boy growing up and kind of like talking to this person, right? Um, there was a point where the little boy, me, did fall in love with her. She kind of made me realize women, beautiful women out there, and opened my eyes to the women and girls and all that stuff. If it wasn't for that, of course. So basically, I know it kind of sounds wrong saying it, but you know, um, I haven't seen her since the last birthday that we threw my dad, which was March 28th, 2007. That was the last time I actually saw her. I haven't seen her since. Mostly because I went off to college. I don't know what she did with her life. All I know is I think she has 3 kids. She is married. Um, that's because my mom told me. I don't know much about where she's at right now. She's 40, 40, 41. So anyway, I'm going to read the poem real quick to you guys. Hopefully you guys like this one, and like the actual song Holy Ground. You once took what wasn't yours. You walked into a child's life despite being a child yourself. Older and wiser, yet beautiful and sensual. You carved your name into his memory, a memory that has now become a distant memory of his. You left your fingerprints in your young heart. You left him crying once you left. You left him pondering the reason for it all. Was he ever at fault? The cold hard truth still remains. The child has not grown into a shadow of itself, becoming an addict to the bare necessities. Once innocent, not forever cursed with the bear, as an echo of what you've done. You shattered holy ground. Your power and control over him, creating an addict out of him. What would have happened had he gone forth, grabbing the tape of forbidden censor? You had already set foot in his holy hand, only for him to continue living under your shadow. You stole his childhood like if it was a loose thread on a ripped sweater. So many years since the last encounter, one last rendezvous, as innocence bled through your fingers. For so many years since it happened, explain the reasons why you drowned. And in your silence, you stood there asking for his whereabouts. Yet his distant memories will sit across from you like an old ghost, reciting every moment back to you, like it was yesterday, as if you didn't destroy it. As time passes, you will then ask yourself, why did I ever do it? You may also ask yourself, did I make him fall in love with me? To better answer your later question, he was just an innocent boy whose eyes you opened to a beautiful lassie. It is not for just forgiveness. It is not for mercy. It's a simple reminder that he will continue to rise, stronger than the bitter darkness you left him in. He may think about you every now and then, as he may continue to be reckless with his addiction, but as he drives through his darkness, he becomes reborn. Guys, the last time I actually saw her was March 28th, 2007, like I mentioned earlier. She entered the house, right? My father, of course, my late father was sitting on the swinging chair. And she looks at him, of course, because it's his birthday. That's basically his uncle, or second uncle, whatever it is. And then she asks for my name. She's like, "Where's Steve?" My dad, because I was actually hidden behind. She was at the door, and somebody was sitting here blocking her eyesight of me because I was sitting right next to that person, so she couldn't directly see me until she actually asked for me. Where was I? Of course, my mom pointed to where I was. She saw me and didn't even say hi. Did not even say hi. She just looked at me and then just looked away. Of course, it was kind of an awkward situation, and the only thing with the whole issue was that since that incident happened, she knew I fell in love with her or kind of liked her, because she opened my eyes. Um, and guys, like I mentioned, I am an open book, so I am an open book, so I don't mind sharing anything at all. And then of course, we went to same elementary school together. I was in first grade, and she was in fifth grade. She was about to leave fifth grade. She was leaving fifth, and that made me cry a little because she was leaving fifth grade. And then our relationship basically throughout, it was the fourth day when I met her that the incident happened. So it's just been like since then. It's just like I mentioned, good thing for her. She's married with 3 kids. I sometimes wonder. So in the poem, it talks about forbidden censor. So back then, I mentioned or I stated to my mom, my dad was working at another house because he was a mechanic, so he would go to the house, whatever. And I would mention to my mom, nobody loves me in this house. Literally, right out back, I said it to my mom, and she said, "Why am I saying that?" The thing is, at that point, I was feeling neglected to a way where they weren't paying attention to me, because my little sister, right? And my little sister, so it was, I wasn't getting all the attention. I still didn't learn how to share my family's love. So about 2 days after that, my dad gives me 2 movies, just 2 DVDs. No, wait, sorry, not 2 DVDs. It wasn't existing back then. 2 cassettes, and then said, "Never ever again say nobody loves you in this house." He basically hands me the 2 cassettes. The thing is, on one of those cassettes, it was actually not porn per se, but it was a movie where there was a lot of naked women in there, right, and stuff. And I was only 10. I was only 11 at that point. So about a couple weeks after I got that movie, my best friend at the time, Michael Diaz, we went next door. We ended up playing burn ball. If you guys do not know what burn ball is you play with the tennis ball and you throw it with all your might to the wall, and on the rebound you have to catch it. If you don't catch it and you miss it, you have to go to the wall, and then the next player after you will attempt to hit you hard with the tennis ball. It was fun, but it was painful. So we ended up playing that. Me, Michael, that person, and me. We ended up playing. After we ended up playing, she comes to me and tells me, "Is it true you have a cassette where?" And then she's like, "I'm like, yeah. Why? You should probably go get it, because we could probably do some stuff with it." I'm like, "What do you mean?" "Just go get it." The thing is, at that point, I could have gone and get it, but knowing Michael at the time, it was more of a like, he's probably gonna take her to his room and do stuff with him. So I didn't want to miss that. I didn't want to. So I neglected to go. I was telling her, "Go get it yourself. It's right here." I was telling her where to get it. She didn't go. So anyway, fast forward, we actually ended up going upstairs. I was, like I said, I was only 10 or 11 at this point. But then, so with all this stuff happening, it made me fall deeper and deeper for her. And come on, I was only 11, but like I mentioned, prior to me meeting her, prior to me seeing her for the first time, I never knew what it felt like, seeing a girl. Or so basically, what she did, she kind of opened my eyes, and I guess you could say that was my first love, right? because I did fall for her at one point. And so fast forward to March 28, 2007, where she didn't say anything to me at all. I was like, what did I ever do to you? And at that point, I started realizing she probably could have felt awkward with what happened between us so many years ago. But the funny thing is, 5 years after 5 years after that incident happened, I'm at church. This is very ironic, but I'm at church with my family. I'm sitting by myself in the front, and then she comes over and sits right next to me. And what she's wearing, it is not appropriate for church. It was like more of a lingerie type of clubbing type of style. And I looked at her, I'm like, oh, so. So I'm like, whoa, where did this come from? And she was like, how you doing? I'm here. And I was 5 years after this incident happened, and I saw her like that. I even saw her more sexier than before. And that was basically the last time she ever said anything to me. Because like I mentioned, on March 28, 2007, no word, nothing. Not even a hi, not even goodbye when she left, whatever, nothing. We were in the same house. She felt awkward being around me or whatever it is. Nothing at all. She vanished. So, from my life, of course. So I have not seen her. I have not seen her since then. I don't know. All I know, because of what my mom said, all I know is that she got married with 3 kids, and she's in her early 40s. But basically, that was the story behind that poem. I did write it in conjunction to Sacred, because I did write it right after I wrote Sacred. I wrote that one. I wrote Sacred in perspective of the little boy, myself, and then the other one, this one, Holy Ground, I wrote it towards her, like telling her all this stuff, and then through the poem. So that is the story I wanted to share with you today, guys. Well, today I'm not gonna make. I already made the video longer than the usual, but I'm going to hit it up. Celebrating my oldest's birthday today. So again, see you guys in the next time. Peace.